Mr. J. Christopher, protect the righteous with wisdom and strength.
So now you briefly mentioned or referenced federal court, I guess, versus state court. I'm just wondering, and I know you have experience in all these various forums. I'm wondering, is federal court relevant for any purpose in terms of civil litigation? Again, party A sues party B for contract breach, or company A sues company for contract breach. And we all know there's state courts, federal courts, appellate courts. There's the Supreme Court. Like, is it to what degree is any of that relevant in our traditional, typical breach of agreement scenario?
Yeah, there's generally two ways to get into federal court. Mm-hmm. One is when you have what's called a federal question. It's a type of dispute where the federal courts have exclusive jurisdiction. So all of the IP-related disputes, intellectual property disputes, copyright, trademark, patent disputes, all must be tried in federal court and cannot be tried in state court.
That sounds expensive, right? Or more expensive than state court, is it?
Well, not necessarily.
Okay.
And there are advantages and disadvantages in being in federal versus state. I tend to think that federal court is more streamlined. It's less wiggle room. We could go in that in a.
I bet you the brothers in federal court got nice Armani suits, man. Versus those local lawyers in the state court. I've seen some of them guys. They just come through there dusty. Yeah. No offense to anyone watching this who's dusty, but I'm just saying, federal court, they seem like they're official.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, they are official. Yeah. And I know some state folks who practice in state court too, but a lot of people practice in both places. So anyway, in any event, there's federal question issues. So I mentioned a few, IP, admiralty cases, bankruptcy cases, all federal court. So that's a federal question issue. And then also what's another way to get into federal court is what's called diversity jurisdiction, which is you have to have a dispute where all of the plaintiffs and all of the defendants are from different states, to put it simply. And so if you have two of the plaintiffs are from California, but all the rest of the plaintiffs are from Florida, that is one of the steps to try to get into federal court under a federal question. Under diversity. In addition to complete diversity is what that's called, you also need the dispute to be at least $75,000 in damages alleged. So if you have both complete diversity and the minimum amount of $75,000 at issue, then you have a right to file your claim in federal court or remove the case that's been filed in state court to federal court.
So check it out, all you SAG-AFTRA actors who didn't get paid your per diem, that will not allow you to take your claim to federal court. Your $200 is not going to do it. Right. You might as well just show up at his office and just threaten to break his legs versus trying to take him to court, federal court at least.